couple of months ago, me and a couple of the guys from here at JSA, we took a missions trip and we went to South Africa. And as we got ready for this trip, there was a ton of preparation time. So we spent like 6 months planning and preparing for this trip, like raising money, figuring out like what clothes, what's the temperature gonna be, learning things about the local culture and language, and like booking flights, booking a rental place, like preparing all of this stuff for a trip. And if you've ever gone on a trip, you know there's a lot of preparations that go into taking a big trip like that. Well, Jesus was planning his own little like missions trip for his disciples. And he's gonna send them out 2 by 2 in Luke chapter 10. So let's read this and you can see how he does this, okay? In Luke chapter 10, verse 1 through 4, this is what it says. After this, the Lord appointed 72 others and sent them 2 by 2 ahead of him to every town and place where he was about to go. He told them, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out workers into his harvest field. Go, I'm sending you out like lambs among wolves. Do not take a purse or bag or sandals, and do not greet anyone on the road." So for Jesus, as he's preparing his guys, right, he just basically says like, you're going out in teams of 2, you're going to these different towns that I'm gonna come and visit and share the good news that, hey, the Messiah is here. I'm gonna preach the gospel, people are gonna get saved, it's gonna be sick. He's gonna send them out on this mission trip. And in order to prepare them, he basically says, don't pack anything, don't bring any money, go, just with the clothes on your back, and go to these towns and do this mission. So Jesus does things a little bit differently. For me, I'd be like, I gotta go pack a bag, like I gotta get my skateboard, do we have money for this? Or like, how are we gonna pay for food? Where are we staying? But Jesus, no, he's just like, this is a critical mission to go out, prepare the way for Jesus, and you're gonna just go right now. Like, you don't got time to pack, you don't got any money, you're just gonna go and you're gonna do it, right? So, as I'm reading this, I'm thinking, man, I would feel really unprepared, really unequipped. And it reminded me of this time that me and some of the guys, we had built a skate park down in St. Louis, Missouri. And they invited us to come back and do a little skate demo. I got the opportunity to share my story and how Jesus changed my life. And so we went down, we did the skate demo, there's some bands playing, and then I shared my testimony about how Jesus changed my life. And we went back to the place that we were staying at, and it was like something popped up on my phone. It was like, hey, you don't have any more money in your bank account, basically. And I'm like, oh man, we've got like a 9-hour drive home tomorrow, and I don't have any money to buy gas to get us back. And so I was feeling really unprepared, unequipped, like I blew it. And so I was talking with the guys about it, and we prayed about it. And the next morning we got up and we went to this local church, just kind of a random place. And the pastor there had heard about the event that we were doing the night before. And so he like gave us a little shout out from the stage. And after the church service was over, people were just kind of coming up and saying hi. And, the old guys were always coming up and they're like slipping you the money kind of a deal. And so the old ladies would come up and just, keep doing what you're doing, and it was like, I was just saying thank you and like stuffing in my pocket, And afterwards, we met up out in the parking lot, me and the guys that I was with, and we counted it up and we like added it all up, and it was just enough money to like get us back home. And so what I learned from that is that when God calls you to do something, when God calls you on a mission, oftentimes we feel inadequate or unprepared or unequipped or under-resourced or whatever it might be. But what I learned is that when God calls you to do something, He will provide whatever means are necessary for you to accomplish the mission that He has sent you on. So as I was going through this passage and looking at Luke chapter 10, I'm seeing this and I'm like, this is crazy. But when God gives you a mission for His kingdom, I'm called to just obey. I'm called to trust Him, to depend on Him, and just obey what He has called me to do. So God will provide whatever's needed. God will give you the authority. God will give you the power. God will give you the words to say. God will give you the resources that you need. You can depend on Him. When He calls you to something, you can depend on Him to provide whatever is needed to get it done. So if you keep reading in Luke chapter 10, the disciples come back from their trip just filled with joy. And they're like, the demons submit to us in your name, and people are getting saved, and people are getting healed, and people are getting set free from all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's not because the disciples were prepared and planned and all of that stuff. It's because God sent them. God sent them. And when God sends you and you obey, God will provide whatever is needed. You can depend on that. You can trust Him with that. And it allows you to do things a little bit differently than you normally would, right? So I want to challenge you to learn how to depend on God in a different way, in an exciting way, to trust Him and to depend on Him. Just when He calls you to do something, obey. And trust that He's got your back, that He's coming, He's got the resources, He's got the power, the authority. He'll give you the words to say. Just obey and do whatever it is that He's called you to do. So stop worrying about what you're going to wear, what you're going to say, what you're going to eat, where you're going to go, all of those things. Like, those are all just distractions. Just go do it. Go tell somebody about the love of Jesus that you have experienced today.